West Rutland, it's Proctor, and it's on Munger Vision as I have the varsity contest between West Rutland and Proctor. You talk about two young teams. Only one senior on the floor right now for representing either side. And Proctor, which won the first game, won that tip-off. It was a close first game also. It was 44-36, an 8-point Proctor win out in Proctor. And we're at the Hinchy Gym in West Rutland, Vermont on Munger Vision. And that's going to be Elric with the basketball, number 14. Carter will set the screen. And I'll go through the youth on these teams in just a second. And that's going to be in and out as a freshman right there with a rebound. That's Raish, who gives it out to another freshman, Sumner. And again, it's a team that's very small, other than Raish out there physically, size-wise, for West Rutland. It's a team that is a tremendous quick team and a raw talent, and there's a good shot as they rolled to the hole. I believe it was Byrne that took the basket ball to the hole, and she'll have it out of bounds. We're just about 42 seconds actually into the first quarter play, and we're scoreless. West Rutland, Proctor. Big game for both teams actually, especially West Rutland. They are in the midst of I don't want to say a rebuilding year, but they need games like this, which are within their grasp. They need to really put the pedal down and eliminate a lot of young, youthful mistakes, and that's going to be a foul called. Carter will get the foul. So Megan Carter will pick up the game's first foul. And you recognize that guy. That's Ray Fish, the athletic director at CSJ, ref in this game and one of the officials. And speaking of CSJ, I'll have more CSJ men's basketball action for you on Munger Vision. Sumner, whose older sister, of course, was a player for Coach Serrani, a great player for West Rutland. Played in a championship game for West Rutland. Byrne, and there's a steal. McCormick with the pick, looking for the first 2 points of the ball game. Got it. McCormick, very, very fast and very, very athletic. And now they'll go press against West Rutland. Again, this is going to be Dan Brackus, another freshman. There's another freshman, Sumner. So again, the future of both these programs with all these young players looks outstanding. The JV game was won by Proctor. They swept the JV contest. Hart, they want to post up, gets in here, throws it up. Might have been looking for a foul. There was actually no contact there. There was a good no call. Christopher Hughes, of course, the head coach for Proctor. You might remember him back. He was the coach for the men's Proctor team when they won one of their championships. I think he was exactly the coach just before Dick Wilcox, so. Now they're going to have Ethier, number 11, Courtney Ethier, coming to the ballgame for Carter. And I missed a foul. Carter's picked up her second foul. Wasn't that awful? I don't know where the first one occurred. Oh, this is getting old. It's not all it's cracked up to be. That's Tanner on the inbounds pass, so Ethier coming in. Carter, very tough, very aggressive. Hart wanted to thread the needle to Dan Brackus. Ball fake got in. That might have been partially tipped. An offensive rebound, turn around by Raish, no good, and Tanner will have the basketball. She'll dribble out of the crowd and get the pass out off to Volek. Volek, between circles, going to set up the point, or run the point, set up the offense. At least that play. Now McCormick will come back. Of course, McCormick's older sister, Katie McCormick, had an outstanding career here at Proctor, and I see her once a year when Albany Pharmacy comes and plays down at CSJ. Ethier open and got it. 4-0, Proctor with the lead. West Rutland, I just don't believe they can fall behind by an awful lot this year. And not so they can't make a comeback, but it's going to make it extremely difficult. And they need low-scoring games, and they need close ball games. What a great catch by Dan Brackus up, no good. Rebound, Elric. And jump balls, Hart will tie her up. It's going to be West Rutland basketball. And Elric, just getting up off the floor right now, Carissa Elric. As they look and find Raish, and I'm not sure if Raish is trying to bring the ball to the floor for an up fake or just lost the handle on it, but it goes out of bounds off from West Rutland, and they're going to extend the defense themselves. As again, West Rutland, it doesn't matter what age group, seniors or whatever, but they'll play the same style of basketball. Oh, who did that? Elric with a beautiful drive along the baseline and a pretty shot. 6-0. Proctor and Heidi Byrne will turn around and lose basketball. Yeah, it's those mistakes like that that they just can't afford. It's one thing if the other team plays this tremendous defense on you and forces you into a turnover, but you just can't shoot yourself in the foot. And I know it's early in the ball game. Ethier to Elric up the middle, and boy, letting him play today as it looked like a late step in by Raish. Sumner's lost her hairband, and oh, she got one braided ponytail and one unbraided ponytail, and she looks wild out there. The hair flowing around and she's running. Blocked by McCormick, out of bounds. It's going to obviously stay down this end of the floor with West Rutland. 4:21 to go. As you can see, Sumner going to improvise the hair and go to a braid and an unbraided ponytail, make it one big. Actually going to probably make a fashion statement there and make that a new trend. Sumner to Byrne, saves it this time. Sumner, just no space to get the shot off. Raish will kick it back out. Byrne, no. Had the open look, and on the weak side rebound, there will be a foul on Raish as McCormick got in there between two West Rutland players. Rayfish with a call. West Rutland now will pull back from the full court press, down by 6. And this is Elric. Of course, Elric and McCormick, quite the dynamic duo of strikers in soccer. And Volek, a good soccer player. Tanner, Carter. I mean, small school. They play a lot of different sports. And that pass intercepted by Volek. She'll work her way into the front court. 3:48 to go in the opening quarter play on Munger Vision. Yeah, there's the cut, Tanner, and I tell you, Raish again a step late getting over, almost a blocking foul. Byrne, front court. Carried it, yeah. It didn't look good coming down, and she palmed the basketball. Actually got trapped against her body and carried the basketball. And Ethier is here discussing with Elric the inbounds play. And Elric just kind of, yeah, let's do it. McCormick, they'll swing it inside to Ethier, and that was well played by Raish, and then the ball hammered out of bounds. Yeah, smart play, let it go. Hart will take it out of bounds, number 20, a junior out there for West Rutland. And Dan Brackus had it knocked away. One thing's very obvious too, size difference. It's a much larger, physically larger Proctor team than West Rutland. Sumner with Volek on her. Gets off that sideline. Volek making Sumner work hard to bring the ball up, and Sumner will set, fire, and got it! 3-ball for Sumner, and the first points for West Rutland come from beyond the arc, cutting the lead in half to 6-3. And who was that? That was Sumner. I'll tell you, that new hairstyle with the one braided ponytail and the one unbraided pigtail working well for her here, and she'll tie her shoe up now. Now stop the clock for the ball being slapped out of bounds. And 2:59 to go in the first quarter. 6-3 Proctor. Like I said, it was a 44-36 Proctor win in Proctor when they met earlier. To Tanner. Well, they passed up the 3-ball. They want to post up inside. Not a bad idea, just the ball was a little high and tipped away. And Dan Brackus with the ball fake will kick it back out. Byrne will recover the pass, slip inside the defender, put the shot up on the run. It'll rim out on her. Raish kept it alive. Who'd it go off from? And it went off from Hart's foot out of bounds. Raish kind of making me nervous here tonight. She's a little reckless. I like her aggressiveness, but she's a little reckless, and she's already got the one foul. She represents the height for West Rutland. Volek over the top to Elric. Oh, alone, drives in, and that shouldn't happen. She missed the shot, but that shouldn't be that open lane. Jump ball called as I believe Ethier tied up Raish, and good sportsmanship there by both players. Proctor with the basketball. But Proctor's had some open looks that haven't happened, and Raish again going from behind, and there's count the basket. Tanner will get fouled. And bigger than that, that's going to be 2 fouls on Raish. Well, she's been flirting with that second foul for quite a while, and this time she'll get called for it, and that's big, 2 fouls on her. That'll bring Johanna Lee in, number 3, and that will put Raish on the bench with 2:20 still to go in the first quarter. Oh, a lot of talent in Raish, a lot of talent, but just young. 3-point play as Tanner swishes the free throw, 9-3. Proctor, Hart with the basketball. You know, Hart could be an option to post her up down low. She knows how to play with her back to the basket. But good job by Dambrakis getting there and tying up Ether, but not really. The play just was unorganized. It brought it right into 3 defenders, the ball, and then they just collapsed around Dambrakis. Lee with the grab, took the bump, gave it back to Dambrakis. Her shot up and no good. Rebound, last touch. I think Hart got in there and knocked it out of bounds. So it'll be Proctor basketball with 2:02 to go in the first quarter. You are watching Munger Vision right now from the Hinchy Gym. West Rutland looks like they're zoning up out there, yeah. Okay, they got to the baseline late defensively. That's why McCormick was able to get in there, and this time a lot of jump balls. It'll stay with Proctor as Sammy Lax, number 3 in the ball game for West Rutland, and Holly Byrne, number 15, as Heidi Byrne and Dambrakis will sit down. Up and no good. Sammy Lax will tip the ball out for the rebound. Taken away by Elric. Up and got it. Oh, good job by Elric to wrestle the ball away from Lax. Going to get the 5 count. No, she'll find Jen Sumner, having to work so hard to find an open spot on the floor. There's been 1 basket made for West Rutland. That was by Sumner. It was a 3 ball. It is 11-3 Proctor. Byrne. To Lax. Killed the dribble up top. We'll come back to Hart. Hart below the free throw line up and got it. That's good option for him right there, Hart. She's strong enough to contend inside with Proctor. 11-5 is the score now. Proctor with the lead. Oh, nice screen and roll by Ether. Then the foul will be on Byrne. That is a well-executed screen and roll or pick and roll, whatever you want to call it. And there's a blocking foul called on Hart. Been pretty much just a flow here in the first quarter. Nobody's called the timeout yet. And Gustavancio coming in for Tholick for Proctor. So that's a change. In case you haven't figured it out yet, West Rutland's in the white, home white uniforms, and Proctor in their very traditional, very recognizable burgundy, maroon. 1 minute even to go in this first quarter. 11-5 Proctor. West Rutland. Hart will feed the low post, and they'll kick it back out from Lee to the hands of Sumner. There's the catch by Hart. She'll go up and going to call an offensive foul. Ether took the shot for the team, and she will draw the foul. And that becomes a big number as Hart with 2 fouls now to go along with Raish with 2 fouls. And they're looking for Dambrakis to come in with just 39 seconds to go in this first quarter, trying to protect Hart from getting that 3rd foul. Elric to McCormick, and looks like Proctor going to spread the floor out here. Oh, nice job of spreading the floor, then isolating Tanner on the baseline for the bucket. 13-5 and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Sumner, plenty of time, set up a play and run through it. Byrne works off the screen. Pass to Hart. Got blocking foul, yeah. Rayfish will blow the foul, say, on the floor prior to the shot. Tanner called for the foul, and the ball will go to the baseline to West Rutland with 8.4 seconds to go in this opening quarter. And Hart will come and sit down with those 2 personal fouls. And like I said, she'll join Morgan Raish for West Rutland with the 2 fouls. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Dambrakis going to go down low. Lee stepped on the in-line. Yeah, it was okay because the clock's going to expire anyways. They really weren't aware of the clock time-wise. And 0.6 of a second, Elric going to hold it. And there's going to be a Proctor lead at the end of the first quarter play, 13-5 over West Rutland. Varsity basketball on Munger Vision. Not a lot of difference in that first quarter from the first meeting when West Rutland was outscored the first time around in the first quarter by Proctor 15-4. They were outscored 13-5, so just a very small change. But again, Proctor with the quicker team right now, a little bit larger team, and taking advantage of all that. There's a huge difference in having a junior's worth of experience and a freshman's worth of experience. There are those rare exceptions, like with Jimmy McCaffrey or Jake Eaton, or you start looking around, and then even a Katie Lincoln as a freshman played with a junior mentality. Look at the offensive boards. Look at Tanner getting it. Tanner wanted to step inside smartly, kick the ball back out. Ethier open, foul on Lee. Great movement of the ball. The quick passes by Proctor. And Lee will pick up the foul. I believe it's her first. I'm waiting team's fifth, but her first. All right. And that will just miss by Ethier. So Ration Hart on the bench with 2 fouls. And that will miss also. Sumner got to the loose ball, and she'll bring it up the floor herself. Sam Lax back to Sumner with the catch. Tough shot. It was a great play, but by the time she made the catch, Sumner was almost too far into the backboard. As Heidi Byrne will come in for Holly Byrne, so the 2 siblings will exchange spots on the floor. As Elric calling the play out to McCormick. They'll swing it inside to Ethier. That's great rotation of the ball. Up top, rotated it, and then went wing to baseline. And Keefe, number 22. Erin Keefe coming in the ballgame for the first time. She'll replace Courtney Ethier. Again, I'll have a West Rutland boys basketball game versus Leland and Gray coming up at a later date. More CSJ men's basketball for you, and of course more West Rutland girls basketball. I plan on trying to get to Mill River versus Woodstock girls basketball on Saturday unless I have to work. It's Keefe to Elric to Tanner. Now they were just, the dribble was unnecessary. They should have rotated the ball around. Gustamaccio with the touch. There it is inside. Look at Tanner. They're going to call travel. That's not an offensive foul. She used her rump to clear out Byrne. The whole problem with that play for West Rutland was that they shouldn't let a Proctor offensive player catch the ball 1.5 feet from the basket. You've got to make that play stop before the offensive player even receives the pass. You've got to lean on, bump them out, maybe come around the front side of them. I mean, and Elric saved it in bounds. And going to go up. Oh, she traveled, yeah. I'll tell you what an athletic play by Elric with the save behind the back, chased it down. I thought she was going to dunk it the way she was building up her speed there, but called for the travel. Tough catch by Sumner. A lot of traffic, needs some help. Will come to Byrne. She'll reach behind her, make the grab. Keeps the dribble alive this time. We'll get between circles. Keefe will pick her up defensively. There's Dambrakis on the backdoor cut, no good. Probably one more times tonight that West Rutland has been open. And Valerio coming in for Elric for Proctor. Now Valerio played in the JV ball game and handled the ball extremely well. Had a good game in the JV ball game. Again, that JV contest was won by Proctor's squad. McCormick to Keefe, and they'll come up to the elbow now to Valerio. West Rutland, of course, playing that zone right now, as you can tell. Keefe with a nice grab to the hole. Got it! Erin Keefe with the finish. Lead to 10 at 15-5. Points hard to come by this year for West Rutland. Too many turnovers right now. A very young squad. Right now there's 3 freshmen, a senior, and a sophomore on the floor for West Rutland, and she traveled. Yeah, Byrne being defended by Keefe, and she walked. And so with 5 minutes to go, Valerio and Proctor with the ball. They've got the lead, and there's Tanner. She's really played. They found the matchup Coach Hughes has, and they're just, you bleed it to death. They keep going down to Tanner, and she's posting up. And first of all, she's strong. She's got a little bit of a height advantage, but she's just getting the sweet spot down on the block. So why would you stop going there? And there's one of those young turnovers. And it'll lead at 12, 17-5. Valerio. I'm not sure who touched the last. They'll say Byrne stripped the ball from Valerio on the drive. And it'll be a Proctor basketball. Tanner will take it out. No, we'll have a timeout taken by West Rutland. It's going to be a full timeout as they're stuck on 5 points with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's Tanner with the ball to Valerio. Pretty much paraphrasing what Coach Hughes talked about in his huddle is you've got them on the ropes. Don't let them get back in the ball game. There's the matchup that's worked. There's the foul in the basket's good by Tanner. Lee will pick up her second foul, and that will put Raish, Hart, and Lee all in 2 fouls apiece here in the first half. Lee not 14, a chance to make it 15, and Tanner has been the key matchup for Proctor. As they've been able to, again, she's getting the ball in just such a good spot to shoot from. Dambrakis has the ball slapped away. McCormick, Dambrakis, and Dambrakis will step out of bounds. What a great defensive play by McCormick. She just kept 9 and 9 and 9 away till she got the turnover. Volek back in the game, and look at them going. They want it, this time they're going to double on that side, McCormick. They've got to do the same thing though on Tanner's side, and Dambrakis got a hand on it, couldn't control it. As Ethier are going to be coming back. You know what they're doing? They're reversing the ball from the weak side over, and that's what's creating the one-on-one matchup for Tanner. And boy, Lax got away with some steps and a carry there. West Rutland right on the verge of giving up too much ground here. They kind of got to recompose themselves. No shot clock. They just got to run through the great play. It was Tanner. And jump balls. Tanner reached it and tied up Lee. So both Elric 14, Ethier number 11 come in. Tanner going to come out along with McCormick for Proctor. And it'll be Byrne on the baseline. That's going to be staying with West Rutland. Yeah, they've got to set some screens outside, and right now they've got to work from the perimeter. Or else they got to set some screens, West Rutland does, and try to slash to the hole. But Proctor very well prepared for this game. And the other thing too is I covered the very first 2 games for West Rutland. Lee saves it, and Sammy Lax will get to reset the offense. With so many freshmen in their first year of varsity basketball, which is a stupid statement. If you're a freshman, oh man, who's that, Ethier again? Yeah, that's the second time Ethier has drawn a charge, an offensive foul. And that's the first on Byrne, first foul. 7th on West Rutland. Of course, there's no shots on that. But it's the same freshman. First of all, it's a much longer season. The game's faster. The players are stronger. There's a lot more intensity. You know, at this point, they might need a breather just to regroup. They could be a little bit just tired from their first year of varsity ball at the midway point of the season. Now, I don't say that as a joke. Actually, they're a little over the midway point. Sumner off the mark. Lee got the rebound. She's going to bring it to the outside and let him recycle. Yeah, see, Sumner, though, can't get discouraged in that miss. She's got to keep shooting when she's open. That's going to be a foul on Ethier, yeah. She's playing defense from behind, and she'll get the call by Ray Fish with the push from behind. 20-5 Proctor over West Rutland. And Holly Byrne coming in for Michaela Dambrakis for West Rutland. Byrne working against Keefe. Swings the ball over. Lax, well, she had her beat off the dribble and didn't take it in to finish it. Byrne, set shot. Feet were down and thinking too much about the shot. Elric. Oh, nice kickoff. Volek up. Might have been tipped. Going to be saved on the inline by Heidi Byrne. West Rutland into the front court looking for a point right here. Like I said, they've been just stuck on 5, and they are still stuck on 5. And Ethier hit the deck this time, and no foul was called as Byrne would have picked up her 3rd foul. See Elric, very smart here, pulling the ball back out, letting the offense get set, and West Rutland with that 2-3 zone. Oh, they opened up the doors for it. Left it open for Elric to drive through the seam in the zone. 22-5 now with a minute and a half to go. West Rutland trying to avoid being stuck on just 5 points in the first half of play. They've yet to score here in the second quarter. And here's the push. I like the message from Coach Hughes, paraphrasing him, is basically keep the pedal down, don't let them get back in the ballgame, put them away. And they're doing that right now. They now have a 19-point lead at 24-5 over West Rutland. 1 minute left, and all West Side's trying to do right now is weather the storm and regroup at half. Lax, and that's Valerio. Almost came up with the steal. That was actually tipped. Well, I thought it was last touched by Sumner, but the call was tipped by Volek. That's why there was no violation on that play. Byrne takes the long shot from the outside and will front rim it. Volek will get the rebound. Came to almost the free throw line, 36 seconds to go. First half, Elric will step inside and got it. Oh, Elric show him the ball and take it away, and we'll make it a 26-5 Proctor lead. As Sumner and company held scoreless here in the second quarter. And again, another turnover. They tried to give the ball up on the bounce pass. Bollock's going to chase it down. Nope. 6 seconds to go in West Rutland. Going to be facing extended defense here. As Keefe will come on, and she's going to play off the ball, actually. She's on the ball, but not really on the ball. Sumner. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. To Byrne, to the bucket. No. And in all, Proctor first half. They'll go to the break up 26-5 over West Rutland on Munger Vision. Well, if West Rutland's actually going to get back in the ball game, they're going to have to do it early here in this third quarter. Not get back all at once, but get it to a point where it's manageable to consider a comeback. Proctor's message, don't let up. There's the foul in the basket. It was Elric with the bucket. And a foul called on Dambrakis. And Elric looking to complete the three-point play. First foul on Dambrakis, first team foul of the second half. Almost methodical. Proctor's able to dismantle West Rutland in that first half. Key people for West Rutland, a lot of foul trouble. Raish with 2 fouls, Hart with 2 fouls, Lee with 2 fouls. And a turnover on West Rutland. Of course, this is a Proctor squad that I really, coming into this season, I know their head coach, last year had spoken to him. I mean, I expected big things. Remember, Megan Carter got in early foul trouble out there getting the start now in the second half for Proctor. 30-5, the lead goes to 25. Dambrakis to Raish, she'll put it up, and no. Inside, Dambrakis fighting for it, stripped away, and jump ball as Carter and Byrne and Dambrakis are all on the floor, and it'll be West Rutland basketball. No, actually, I think that was McCormick. I apologize. That was McCormick that was on the floor for the ball.
Screen, Taki screen, it's coming again, it's coming again.
Now they have to release up top to Sumner, and Byrne will hold. And they'll try to keep possessions. Dambrakis will push it to Hart. Good defense by Tanner, and Hart will dribble it off for a foot out of bounds. And it's been that kind of night for West Rutland. Tanner has just been unstoppable for Proctor. Michaela Tanner. See Volek coming back to meet the ball. There's a long pass in the front court. Tanner will just hand the ball off to Carter. Wanted to go baseline away from McCormick. She'll step to the hole, and it's just too easy. West Rutland held scoreless in the first, or in the second quarter. Scored all 5 of their points in the first quarter. And a minute and a half into this third quarter, they're still on 5. And Proctor looking for the season sweep of West Rutland. But also, it's a team that really should do well as far as being able to make some noise, not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs. Lax and Byrne coming in for That's Hollyburn coming in for Heidiburn. As Dan Brackus will sit down along with Heidiburn. But other than a tall pivot player, they've got Proctor does. They've got a whole lot of options at scoring. They've got a deeper bench to get to. Hart will get the basket. First point since the first quarter for West Rutland. And Carter will pick up her third foul. So Megan Carter will pick up the third foul with 6:03 to go in the third quarter. One shot coming up for Hart. Looking for the and one here. And it'll rattle out Tanner to Elric. Carter with the catch will hand the ball out to Elric. There's the baseline. And she'll carry the basketball as a call. So to the inline will go Hart, and then of course Proctor's going to match up man. Yeah, they're going to go full length, full court man. Raish came back and made herself available for the pass. Lax fires, no. Rebound, tipped around. Last touch by Hart. Slapped out of bounds by Amanda Hart. Megan Carter will get in a position to bring the ball in bounds. 32-7 Proctor. As Holly Byrne actually got hit in the backside with the pass. She wasn't sure where it was coming, and her pass tended to go inside. See, right there, I understand Proctor's on defense, but that was just not a good pass, to be blunt. And so we have a timeout taken by Christopher Hughes. He's up 32-7 over West Rutland on Munger Vision. Now they'll go right to McCormick, mashed up. Look at where she caught the ball down low. Count the basket! And again, it all starts with where they gave the spot up. You can't let them get down there and get open. That matchup, they should have came around to the front side. And so McCormick, with still 5:30 to go, third quarter, Proctor, 35-7 over West Rutland. All growing pains is what some people tell me this is for the West Side squad. I just look at the must have been the changes made from the first meeting to this meeting. There'll be a foul called on Volek. The first game, it was a 44-38 basketball game, 44-36 basketball game, an 8-point win for Proctor. This doesn't have the resemblance that this is going to be remotely the case tonight. Oh, see, mistake there. They're saying it was tipped in the front court, and they tell you how fortunate West Rutland is, and she traveled. Oh, man. She carried the ball, and then she traveled. And they can't let it get sloppy from the officiating, and that'll be no good. Tanner tied up by Raish. I'll tell you, Tanner's been doing hard work all night long for Proctor. Raish settled out of that first half with those two personal fouls. And 5:02 to go in the third quarter. To Elric. Again, just using her size advantage to really gain leverage down low and get some good spots. And the matchup, if you look at the floor, there's a lot of good matchups out there for Proctor. Elric's pass tipped and ends up in the hands of Hart. Hart to the elbow will slow it down. Numbers weren't there. Hart to Raish. Carter playing off from her, not expecting her to take that long three-point shot. Play Raish open. Wanted to go baseline. It's a defensive kick. It's a violation. The ball will go out of bounds to West Rutland as Ethier, who came off the bench in that first quarter after Carter picked up her two fouls early. Ethier played a huge ball game. She drew two charging fouls and almost a third one. Hart, Ethier on her. They're going to dump it down into Raish. Tipped away. Ethier will pick up the loose ball. And Hart picked up her third foul. Yeah. And that will put Carter on the inline, looking to inbounds the pass. That's McCormick. Ducks underneath the pressure and swings the ball over to Carter. Elric. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see the coach explaining the angle of the pass. They want to go down onside to McCormick, and that's the first time really that West Rutland stopped Proctor was because Proctor stopped Proctor. There's the scoreboard, there's the time. That's your story on Munger Vision. Proctor will pull out of their press this time. Down the floor is Dambrackas to Hart. Hart's going to stay in with the 3 fouls. I think that's almost a no-brain decision right now, and that'll be a foul call as Dambrackas got down close to the basket, and the foul will be called on Bollock. And 2 shots coming up from Michaela Dambrackas. So yes, West Rutland had 5 points in the first quarter, and we're midway through the third quarter. They've got 7 now. So Proctor's just controlled the tempo. They've dictated the play. And Dambrackas will get the 8th point of the night for West Rutland. Got them both. Makes it a 35-9 ball game. Gustamacho going to be checking in for Proctor. Ethier, no. Well, look at the rebound action. Brutal inside. Tough play inside. Carter and Raish get tied up. And the arrow is going to go to West Rutland this time. As Volek will sit down for Proctor, and Gustamacho will come and take her spot on the floor. Hart going to 3-ball on it, and no. Rebound. I'm looking for a number. Oh, it's McCormick. And McCormick will draw the foul. See how nice she did a job of keeping the ball alive. Dambrackas will pick up the personal foul, her second. She joins many West Rutland players with multiple fouls now. And Elric racing Holly Byrne down the floor, works off the screen by Ethier. There's the cut inside. Carter missed the shot. A well-executed play, though, by Proctor. See Dambrackas waits for the lax screen. Gives it to Byrne. Byrne, free throw line. Will get the ball below into Rash's hands. Turns, fires, no. And we got bodies flying and falls flying, and Hart and Carter get up, and I believe it's going to be on the arrow to Proctor. So it's a jump ball, and Proctor has the possession of the basketball. That's what's going on. Oh, it's a hard game to be overly not intense on. It's a 35-9 game with 2:49 to go in the third quarter. It's hard to really muster up that, barn-burning emotion like I did with CSJ beating Castleton in men's basketball, or CSJ in double overtime over Fort Kent. Could have easily been the third foul. There's the third foul, yeah. Raish got away with the first foul on the play, but she'll be called for the second. So Raish now will have 3 personal fouls along with Hart, and with 2:35 to go in the third quarter, Ethier will step to the line. She'll get a couple free throws now from the beautiful Hinchy Gymnasium. Johanna Lee and Kayleen Eddings coming in the ball game as Raish and Holly Byrne will sit down, and Aaron Keefe, 22, coming in for McCormick for Proctor. Dambrackas to Lax. Elric right up on her physically. Much larger, just a bigger person. And then Proctor taking full advantage of that, all like that with the reach. Elric lost the dribble, will go to Gustamacho. She'll take the one dribble, give the ball back to Elric. To the logo at midcourt, now between circles. Oh, great call, great cut. Just got too far into the basket. Keefe was calling for the ball all the way in, and jump ball called as Ethier tied up by Dambrackas. As Heidi Byrne, the lone senior on the West Rutland squad, will come in, and she will replace Sam Lax. There's the kick out. Lee had the shot for a second pass up, then Carter came out, put defensive pressure on her. Lee ball fakes, cut to the baseline, lost the handle, and I'm looking for the call. It's going to stay down here with West Rutland. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. 36-9, Proctor with the lead. And to Hart. To Dambrakis. Hart got it. 3-ball for Hart. Oh, and I'll tell you, Ethier was wide open. If they could have got a little more on the pass, she would have had an uncontested layup. Eddings will pivot, now decide to dribble. To Hart in the front court. Eddings, a lot of ball fakes, and it'll just come back between circles to Hart. Lee lost her bounce, able to pick up the loose basketball. Carter was on her defensively. And Hart traveled. She went to the ground, she got up okay, but she traveled and committed the turnover. 71 seconds left in this quarter, and Elric works off the screen set by Carter. To Keefe. They'll slow it down now. 1 minute straight up to go in this third quarter of play. Again, Carter looks inside, nothing happening on the cut. There's Elric. She came across from the weak side. That created the passing angle to get the basketball. Missed the layup, and here comes Heidi Byrne now. 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hart with the crossover puts it up, and no. A creative move, but... And Ethier, it's just a matter of who's got the foul. Dambrakis will pick up the foul, her third personal. So Carter with West Rutland playing deep will break. Oh, what a bad break. Elric, again, if the throw is longer, she breaks in for a layup. Pass was short, and they'll be slapped out of bounds by Eddings. Erin Keefe coming over right in front of her own bench, and Coach Hughes had something to say to Elric, and Carter with the grab goes up, and there's the finish by Megan Carter. 38-12, Proctor. Boy, look at Megan Carter, how athletic and quick she is. Shot blocked by Keefe. Here's the breakaway. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, up and got it at the buzzer. 40-12. Proctor on your way to the season sweep of West Rutland. It's going to be Keefe out there along with Volek, Gustamaccio, Tanner, and Carter. That's the 5 on the floor for Coach Christopher Hughes, who's... Well, coaches always find things to complain about, but his team has pretty much started the game intensely, executed well, played quickly, made good defense plays, made good offensive decisions. Got to be pretty happy with his effort tonight. His team's effort. I don't know about his effort, but Raish. There's the baseline to Hart up, and who touched it last? I believe it went off from Carter. Yeah, Megan Carter, who last got the hand on it, so it become West Rutland basketball.
On the ball. You got the pop, Aaron. You got the pop. To
Raish, and she wanted to go back to Hart. There's again, just the wrong decision. There's no way to get the pass in there, and it'll go off from Hart out of bounds. Off her hand, off her forehead, now out of play. Megan Carter will hustle over to the sideline, and Megan Carter will get the ball to Gustamaccio. Back to Carter, and Volek called off, and Carter will bring the ball in the front court. Getting some more CSJ men's basketball action coming up for you on Munger Vision. I hope to get down to Mill River and do some more of their basketball. It's been tough scheduling wise. Been under the weather a lot lately too. People that people will say, well, geez, you didn't do any Mill River games. We were home 3 games last week. You didn't come. Well, yeah, first of all, I've been ill. Second of all, I had to work a couple of those days also, and somehow I got to pay the bills, so And my point is, a lot of schools do that. If you don't show up, it's like, geez, at least find out why the free volunteer guy who gives you the best coverage wasn't there that night before you jump down his throat. Sumner. West Rutland just never, Proctor never gave him a chance to get on track tonight, but West Rutland also just really just wasn't focused tonight. 42-12, I think, sums it up pretty much. And with 6 minutes to go in the basketball game, Carter. Oh, the Gustamaccio? No. Rebound off the missed shot. Again, they really did a good job of beating West Rutland to the baseline. They just missed the shot. Hart got inside, and she got fouled, and I believe she's actually going to get some shots. It'll be 22 will be Keefe, so Keefe will get the foul. And now Amanda Hart will step up to the line, junior on this roster. Like I said, Heidi Byrne, the only senior on the West Rutland roster. And I don't think there's a senior on the Proctor squad at all. Me personally, like I said, my opinion means absolutely nothing, but I can see where this Proctor squad would have high expectations for their athletic ability, their coach, you know, good coach, athletic ability on the team. So he's got some different ball handlers, some different scoring options. The only thing he's lacking is like a big, old-fashioned true post player. But there's ways to work around that. You see the scramble as Tanner. Now Tanner had a monster first half, but she came back from the locker room late, and they kept asking her if she was okay. And she was like holding her stomach. I don't know if that was an injury or an illness, but she hasn't been quite as big a factor here in the second half points-wise, but she really set the tone in that first half. 5:22 left on the night from the Hinchy Gym. A very quiet Hinchy Gym. Long shot creates a long rebound, and Carter will chase it down in the corner and finds Gustamaccio to catch, and then the hand off to Keefe. To Carter, and nice look. Tanner with the good hands will make the grab. I said Tanner, I first got the cover was during soccer. She played very well in soccer. Gustamaccio will trip over Byrne, and people on the floor, and they'll say West Rutland basketball. I think it's been a well-officiated ball game. I have no complaints. As Holly Byrne and Michaela Dambrakis coming in the ball game for West Rutland. 42-13. There's Dambrakis, turns, fires. No. They haven't even had a lot of shots tonight, West Rutland, let alone points. All right, now let me catch up. I can see. Trying to memorize it. I know it's McCormick 15. Trombley, number 20, and I missed who came in. Oh, number 4 came in, and she had a good JV game. That's Riley Coombs. So Coombs is in the ball game, number 4. Trombley, number 20, and McCormick came back in. That's Coombs. Wanted to go baseline, an offensive foul called on. She cleared out the West Rutland player. That'll be just the 5th team foul on Proctor, 6 on West Rutland, and the first foul on Riley Coombs. No, I mean, you know, it's a good effort by Proctor. And I'd be curious to see how their season progresses. Again, I don't want to put any burden on or extra pressure on Coach Hughes, but he's got a squad here that could do some damage in the Division IV playoffs, as they'll miss that shot. 4 minutes left in the basketball game. Sumner with the catch, the shot, and it won't drop. Ball tipped around by Raish, comes down to Carter. She'll throw it at the top of the defender, get it into Keefe's hands. And Keefe said, I'll bring it down the floor myself. And Dambrakis almost able to steal the basketball. Again, Coombs with the one dribble, and then came back to, I believe that's McCormick, yeah. To me, her and Elric always looked alike. In soccer, it was hard to, tell them apart a lot of times. Oh, tough shot by Coombs. There's the follow-up by McCormick. No. Trombley will get it. And 5 will be Dambrakis. She'll pick up the foul. Before the shot, it'll just be Proctor basketball. Well, that's the 7th foul. That's a 1-and-1. And that'll send Kayleen Eddings in the ballgame. She will replace Amanda Hart. That's the 4th foul on Dambrakis. And this is Trombley with the 1-and-1. And on the miss, Sumner will race to the ball. Raish now going to take a few dribbles, and the defense will back off, and that'll give the chance for Sumner. Again, she just hesitated. She had this opening for a few seconds, for a split second on the shot. Raish to Dambrakis. Back down to Raish, trying to post up, got it. One of the rare times Raish has been able to get position down low to create a shot. 42-18 Proctor. Coombs to McCormick. You see McCormick. Oh, that was a great job by McCormick. Brought it strong side, weak side, and just set up her screens, and nobody rotated defensively over, and McCormick with the bucket.
Good, Michaela.
Well, you can see Byrne looking. Oh, nobody over there for West Rutland. Now I look down, and there are 5 players for West Rutland on the right side of the floor. They're going to put Eddings on the pass, and Carter looks long and throws long, and it's going to be a free ball, and a foul will be called on McCormick with the push from behind. And you know what? That's McCormick's first personal foul. Team's 6. And 2:11 left in the basketball game. Good look by Holly Byrne. Shot didn't cooperate, and Carter with another rebound. She had a very good second half, making Carter has. Dambrakis will come over and knock the ball away to Carter, who trailed on the play, able to pick it up the loose ball. Raish, pass was intended to go down to Keefe inside. Raish stops, pulls up, shoots, no good. Rebound off the wing, came to Eddings, and a jump ball called, and it's going to be Proctor basketball. And I believe that's Gustavacio. Yes. She will come in for McCormick. That's a Proctor change. Keefe. That's McCormick. Dambrakis on her. And a carry on Keefe. Yeah, she looked confused on the defense. And when she hesitated and then restarted her engine, she carried the basketball. Minute and a half left, 44-18 Proctor. Sumner can't get the bounce off the home rim to go her way, as Trombley will go to the floor and jump ball. Oh, Trombley ripping that thing out of there. Good play by Trombley. Yeah, the arrow will favor West Rutland. Dambrakis open, got it. One of the few times she's been wide open to take the shot, and she'll bury it. 44-20. And the Proctor squad, to me, a very impressive squad. And it'll be out of bounds. Eddings lost her footing, fell down. We'll get up. Probably have a good floor burn on her knee in the morning, possibly a bruise. And they'll put Carter back on the court and let Keefe take the ball out of bounds. Carter with the catch. Threw it down in the low blocks. A lot of people there, and Carter will end up with the basketball. And that's got to be a travel. Wow. Well, they didn't call it a travel. They called it a jump ball, but, you know, in all honesty, it's irrelevant with 59 seconds to go. But Carter flopping all over, front to back, back to front, and no call on it. Oh, it's just funny. 44-20, and Raish wants to post up, goes, got it. Yeah, well, that wasn't available earlier in the ballgame, believe me. 44-22, Dambrakis came inside the screen by Gustavacio, didn't drop below it. Gustavacio traveled, yeah. And Gabrielle Gustavacio will called for the travel. Still 35.7 seconds to go. And it's going to be a Proctor sweep, not only the varsity games, both games this year, but the JV squad won tonight. So it'll be a Proctor sweep tonight in both JV and varsity. Block, a clean block. That was Gustamacho, I believe. Carter had the ball strip, comes to Dambrackas. She lost the handle. Oh my goodness, did they come together? Hopefully that's not a head-to-head shot. Whoa. Whoa, that is some kind of contact. Clean play. But just one of those things where two players were hustling for the loose ball. I mean, I ache watching that. Dambrackas a little flustered tonight, to say the least. And foul will be called on Eddings as Gustamacho will go to the line, and with 15.6 seconds to go, she should be shooting the 1-1. Yes, and that's the 8th team foul, and that's Eddings' first personal foul. Now, Eddings split time tonight. She played some JV ball, and here in the varsity game, she also makes an appearance. So Gustamacho with just a 1-1. The front end of it will be off the mark. Carter quick to the rebound. I'm not sure if that shot was tipped. It was batted around and slapped out of bounds by Carter. That'll give West Rutland the ball back with 11.6 seconds. So Chris Hughes has got something happening down there in Proctor. He's got himself a good-looking ball club. Hopefully injuries and sickness won't bother him, but again, that's good basketball they played tonight. Sumner up, Sumner no good, and that's the ball game. So congratulations to Proctor, a good effort by West Rutland. Get out there, support your student athletes. This is Munger Vision.